It has been 1 month since the Switch launch. 1 whole month of playing Switches and all that stuff, and it's kind of a relief. The hype has died down, and I allowed myself to get more hyped up for the Switch than I have for basically anything in a really long time. So it kind of took a lot out of me. I'm a little glad it's done. It was a lot of fun, but I'm a little glad it's done just because I'm like, I can take a rest now. So by 1 month of Switch, I really mean 1 month of Zelda. That's pretty much exclusively what I've been doing. So I do wish I had more gaming experiences on my Switch so far, but there just weren't a lot of other things that really, I mean, come on, Zelda. Even if there were a lot of other great games, I would pretty much just be playing Zelda anyway, because Zelda. So I do wish I had a wider range of experiences, but so far that's been it. So now that the hype has finally died down, what do I think? Now that we have all returned to our more or less normal lives, what's going on? Well, yeah, the first thing I'll mention, which is a little bit funny, is with every other Nintendo console, I know about it for so long ahead of time that when I get it, I spend a lot of time just kind of looking at it. Do you know what I mean? Just kind of just holding the controllers and all that, and just looking at them and just feeling like it's unreal, Feeling like just, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm finally looking at this. Thing about the Switch, though, is that there was no E3 reveal, then a whole year, then more at E3, then waiting until Christmas, and then getting it. This time it was like, it was less than half a year between the reveal and the launch, so there really hasn't been a lot of time to even get used to the idea of the system. And as such, I'm looking at my Switch, and it's weirdly normal. like it's not very unreal at all. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's a thing. Like I didn't have enough time to just dig it deep into my brain, so that when I finally got it, it just I don't know, just felt kind of normal. Like it's fun to like look at it and hold it and take off the Joy-Cons and all that stuff because it's new, but it doesn't have that same weirdness, that same whoa factor that I'm finally holding something that has just been in my mind for so long. I mean, it has, we've known about the NX for so long, but the actual visual design of the thing, it's just not that, it's pretty fresh in my mind. So I use handheld mode quite a lot, and I have gotten used to it, but it was hard. Like at first, it was really hard to get used to. I have very large hands and big, stupid, fuzzy fingers, and handheld mode was tough. Like I remember sliding the Joy-Cons into the grip and just being like, "Wow, this is really uncomfortable." I got a Pro controller, and I am extremely, extremely glad I did. It took more time than I think I anticipated to get used to the just the little buttons and the stick and all the different placement and learning to put my hand in the right position and all that. But it did happen. I just thought it was worth noting that it did take longer than I thought it would. It's never going to be as good as the Pro controller, though. That thing is amazing. So if you have big, huge hands like me, you need a Pro controller. Like I said, though, I do use handheld mode a lot, and in fact, more than I thought I would. I've got a whole video planned, actually, about how I just did not expect the handheld thing to be such a big deal, but it is. Like, that is definitely something worth noting. I use it all the time now. It's just so easy to pick up and just play a couple minutes of Zelda or something just when I'm waiting for, anything. Toast to pop up, video to render, anything like that. So that's definitely cool. I'm definitely enjoying that because that was the obviously the big selling point of the system, and I am definitely utilizing that feature. So at this point, with the hype died down, I'm at a pretty low state, like more so than with probably any other Nintendo system. I'm just at a very low energy, low hype state, and it's a little bit like the unreality factor. How previous Nintendo systems had a kind of like a novel thing about it that really captivated me. Like flashy stuff, like the Wii had motion controls, and so I was so obsessed with those that I just wanted to play with it. I just wanted to play Wii Sports for hours and hours because I was just so amazed by the idea of moving my body and having it register in a game. The Wii U was certainly to a lesser extent, but I was pretty stoked about the two-screen thing, the asymmetric gameplay with Nintendo Land. I was pretty into that. I thought that was really, really cool. I was just bringing it to every party I could, trying to get anyone I could to come over and play with me because I thought that was so fun. That was such a cool idea. And 3DS, you got the 3D. I know I'm silly for liking it that much, but it just looked so cool. I just wanted to stare at it for like a long time. I just wanted to play Mario and just be like, wow, it's in 3D just for like hours. The Switch doesn't really have that that kind of flashy, showy kind of novel kind of deal. It's all the stuff that it does really just complements regular games. Like I've said this in the past, like pretty much everything it does is really just different ways to play regular games kind of regularly. You've got the handheld thing, which is really just playing games, and then it's it's got like the little motion control stuff with like 1-2 switch, but that's nothing that the Wii hasn't done already. So and don't get me wrong, I actually really like that the Switch is like this, that its focus is just on games, that its novelty is pretty simple. It doesn't have any kind of flashy, dare I say, gimmicky kind of thing about it. I love that. It's just that by nature of that, it just means that my hype levels are just lower now. I don't have that kind of magic and wonder I had with previous systems. Right now, it's really just a system that plays Zelda. Zelda is definitely giving me a pretty fancy magic feeling, but the Switch itself is just kind of like, okay, that's pretty cool. All right. More games, please. Now that it's finally here, my hype level is just like, okay, we're at a good, steady place. I'm not super into just playing with its features and stuff forever. I'm just like, okay, yeah, games. It's really all about games now, and I'm just waiting for games. What games am I waiting for? I'm glad you asked. The next game that I buy will be Mario Kart. Judging by the attach rate numbers for Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, I am one of the like four or five people that didn't buy it and play it. So for me, this is just a new game, and it's got all that old DLC and stuff and like a million stages, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I was never super into it on the Wii U just because I don't have a lot of time for like multiplayer games, but something about being able to play it on the Switch, like with local multiplayer, whether it's split screen or with someone else's Switch, is just, I don't know. That's got me excited. It's got me excited to do some local multiplayer again. It's been a long time. Then after that is Splatoon 2. Again, I will not have a lot of time to play that a lot. If I were a kid or a teenager, I would be doing nothing but playing Splatoon and just trying to get as good as I can, but at the very least I can get it and check out all its modes and stuff and, do a review and have a little fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that because I really like the first one. I just did the test fire and it was a lot of fun, and Splatoon is a very fun game, so definitely looking forward to that one. Then it's the long haul to Super Mario Odyssey. That'll be the first very, very big, very hyped game to come since launch. It's a tiny bit of a bummer to only have like one really huge game at launch and then one really huge game in November. It's quite a long ways away, as just for me, but I am happy to have that, that small handful of other games to play in the meantime. I should be plenty busy. I'm not into much else though. ARMS doesn't really, I've said this before, but ARMS is just not my kind of game. I don't know, it's just not my thing. And yeah, E3 could bring more. E3 could bring some fun announcements, and some other indie titles may catch my eye, but for the most part, that's it. Skyrim is definitely something that I would be into again if I had more time. I can't even entertain the idea of throwing that much of my life away because I already have thrown a lot of my life away to Skyrim. So that's when I'm not even going to touch, because I know if I got it and did a review or something, I would just play Skyrim for the rest of my life. Just on the go, every room in the house. I would never ever stop. I'd have a battery taped to my back, and that would be all I would do. So I'm definitely not touching that one. So that's my little 1 month update, and I certainly want to hear what you think about this whole thing down in the comments. Like this system as a whole and this whole launch thing has been very, very interesting. So I'm really, really curious to know where you're at, where your excitement levels are at, what you're looking forward to into the future, and just where you're at, how you feeling in here. But if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and not play Zelda. Do you know why? You know why I'm not going to play Zelda? Because I've been playing Zelda for like 120 hours now, and I see Koroks everywhere. Like, I'm not joking about this. I will look on the ground, and I'll see a penny on the floor, and I'll be like, I bet that's a Korok. Just for like 1 split second, I'll be like, I bet that's a Korok. Or I'll be like, eating my cereal, and I'll be like, those 3 peanut butter puffins are in a row. If I take that other peanut butter puffin and put it there, I bet that's a Korok. I bet I'll get a Korok. Yeah. I need help. Even if just for like a day, I just need a small break. 150 down, only 750 to go. Woo!